Hi, my name is Cold Beer and let's start with Jusant. This is an action puzzle climbing game and a meditative journey to the top of a tall tower. It may not seem much, but the review score on Steam is way above 90% and that is a proof that this game is amazing. Well, at least awesome. You will challenge yourself at your own pace, explore different ways to climb and unravel the secrets of a bygone civilization. While playing, you will master your climbing tools and will have to watch your stamina meter to successfully navigate the mysterious and changing tower. Well, watching your stamina is not a thing I usually like in games. You know, when you watch your stamina bar, you actually miss the rest of the game. But Jusant is showing your stamina bar clearly and not somewhere in the corner, so it's done right. Anyway, as you go higher and hone your skills, you'll have to figure out how best to use the tools at your disposal to get where you want to go. What is the best way? Is there an alternative path? And yes, usually there are. You can explore them to find the clues about what happened here. The game doesn't rush you, you play at your own pace. As you climb, you come across beautiful biomes full of flora and fauna, accompanied by a beautiful and atmospheric soundtrack, although there is some danger as well. Arid, windy slopes can be deadly, so seek refuge in tunnels lit only by bioluminescence. Clash – Artifacts of Chaos. From the very first moment I saw the game, I instantly realized that I'm seeing something great, something far beyond the games I'm used to. The art style here is awesome and the game is great as well. I should probably start by saying that this is a story-rich, Souls-like RPG adventure game. You play as Pseudo, a master of martial arts who lives as a recluse in the strange land of Xenozoic. When you cross paths with a small creature whose mysterious powers have attracted the attention of some evil lady, you decide to protect him, unaware that much greater forces are involved. But you don't care because you are awesome and everyone else just suck. They don't know that yet, so you are eager to bring wisdom. And by wisdom I mean bloodshed and broken bones. Your fists and speed are your greatest weapons. You will attack, dodge, stun, block or counter a parry to land a special attack. You can even switch to a first-person view to perform unique techniques. Each time it's up to you to seize the occasion to achieve a victory. If this is not a hidden gem in its truest sense, I don't know what is. If you like difficult and trippy games, this is a must. Thief Simulator. If you always wanted to become a thief, good for you. Dive into the life of crime, don't hesitate. You got this. Or you can play this game where you can train and become a thief before becoming a real thief. I'm kidding, of course.
Or am I?
You'll steal in a free-roam sandbox neighborhoods. You'll have to observe your target and gather information that will help you with the burglary. Gather your courage, take the challenge and rob the best secured houses. Buy some high-tech burglar equipment and learn new thief tricks. You can also sell stolen goods and do anything that a real thief does. The Wandering Village. This is a city-building simulation game. In a world where mysterious plants are spreading all over the earth and emitting toxic spores as they grow, a group of people seek shelter on the back of a giant wandering creature. You'll have to become their leader, build settlement and form a symbiotic relationship with the creature to survive together. Well, I hope that you can be really helpful for the creature, because, you know, otherwise those people are just parasites living on its back and you are the leader of parasites. That doesn't sound so dreamy and glamorous, right? Well, you help the creature to get rid of the evil plants, but I doubt that it is a good deal for the creature. You know, people are pooping and dying and planting stuff on your back. It's a colony of horror from the perspective of that dinosaur thing. Anyway, the game has around 90% of positive review score, but it is in early access, so some features are probably missing. Children of Morta. This is an action RPG with a roguelite approach to character development where you don't play a single character, but a whole family of heroes. You will hack and slash through hordes of enemies in procedurally generated dungeons, caves and lands and lead the family with all their flaws and virtues against the forthcoming corruption. Although I must warn you that this game is not for everyone. For example, I don't like stories about cute cozy families, about love and similar drama. This kind of genre mixing is weird. I actually have no idea who is the target audience of this game. Well, you might like it after all. About 90% of reviews are positive, so it may be your spoon of potato salad. And I would give it 5 warm milks out of 10. So this is the rare occasion where my score and public score is not even close. Traveler's Rest. This is a tavern management game where you can brew your own beer, run a farm, and build relationships. You are an innkeeper on a journey to transform a rundown tavern into a bustling social space. Based in a cheerful fantasy setting, Traveler's Rest is a place to meet people, explore new places, and uncover ancient magic. Along your journey, you'll discover new things to brew, farm, cook, and build to create your perfect fantasy tavern. The game is still in early access, but has more than 90% of positive reviews. People on Steam are saying that this game is awesome, and if you like titles like Stardew Valley, it's a must-play. Also, you can smack angry customers away with your mop. 2 Point Hospital. Here you will build and decorate a hospital, cure patients with utterly bizarre illnesses, train your staff, and upgrade machines to create the most effective facility possible. Game is humorous. Here you will find various funny diseases you can cure, like turtle head, premature mummification, emperor complex, or monobrow, for example.
Yes, that is serious.
Also, be sure that those illnesses are funny only to us, definitely not for our patients. You wouldn't want a appendicitis on your face or icicles all over your body. I'm pretty sure of that. Styx, Master of Shadows. This is an infiltration game with RPG elements, taking place in a dark fantasy universe where you sneak, steal, and assassinate your way through as Styx, 200-year-old goblin. Here you will be completing various missions and at the same time avoiding detection. Sneak in the shadows, assassinate your targets in close combat, or, orchestrate accidents. RPG mechanics let you unlock new powerful skills, impressive special moves, and optimized equipment that will grant you spectacular powers such as invisibility, which is not meant for any creepy activities you just had in mind. You can also buy second part of the game. It is discounted as well, just be careful don't acquire the collection bundle that includes a DLC. You see, that DLC is just a weapon and an outfit, nothing more. Also, it's not cosmetics only. These items are quite powerful, so in a way it's a pay-to-win DLC. That is a blasphemy beyond any words. Urtuk, the Desolation. This is a dark fantasy tactical turn-based RPG. Here you'll guide your band of adventurers through the ruins of an ancient world in order to, bring your own order and punish the rest. You will recruit new followers, loot the corpses of your fallen foes, and do the best to survive in this harsh and unforgiving realm. Here you'll find a procedurally generated survival campaign. We'll extract upgrades directly from your fallen enemies and enjoy detailed hand-drawn characters. At the moment of writing this overview, the game had 90% of positive reviews on Steam, so in my opinion, incredibly high score. People are talking that Urtuk has a very nice variety of units, entertaining synergies, and is light on the story in a good way. Unbound, Worlds Apart. This is a challenging, atmospheric, and hand-drawn puzzle platformer set in a universe where all worlds are connected by portals. You control a gifted young mage who has the power to open portals and control the unique properties of each world, such as inverse gravity, time manipulation, super strength, and more. Using these skills, you must journey across dangerous worlds, each brimming with secrets and unique challenges. You must use every skill to defeat a ruthless evil that is tearing reality apart, while learning the shocking truth beyond your world's collapse. Spoilers, it was a lack of potato salad. I'm kidding, of course.
Or am I?
Hell Let Loose. This is a hardcore World War II first-person shooter with epic battles consisting of 100 players, with infantry, tanks, artillery, a dynamically shifting frontline, and a unique resource-based RTS-inspired metagame. People on Steam are saying that 80% of the time you will spend either dead, walking, or under artillery fire. You can't spawn half of the time without getting insta-killed by bombs or accurate bullets, but the fact is that you don't mind. Those few moments when you kill somebody who has just spawned are precious, and you would not give them up for anything. And very positive reviews of this game ain't gonna let me lie to you. Only disadvantage here is the price. It's still quite high. Well, not as high as Snoop Dogg or Seth Rogen though. For Triumph. This is a hybrid between Heroes of Might and Magic and traditional XCOM-centric games, meaning that you have a large world map where you can free roam and search for various treasures, and the battle map where all the action is happening, and there you can actually utilize your surroundings. Every tree or boulder is a potential weapon in battle, so here you will lead a band of heroes with different skill sets through a witty and funny fantasy plot. Yeah, the game doesn't take itself seriously, but that sometimes can be repulsive for more serious players. The game looks and feels like a cartoon, but the difficulty is not childish, believe you me. I played it on normal and it felt like a nightmare. Although if you are used to getting free games from Epic, check your library, you may already have it. Tales of Iron. Set in a grim dark land plagued by war, the game is a hand-drawn RPG adventure with punishingly brutal combat. As an heir to the Rat Throne, you must restore your broken kingdom by banishing the merciless Frog Clan and their ferocious leader. As you explore the deceivingly charming world, you'll encounter a cast of unique companions ready to aid you in your adventure, and you'll need all the help you can get, because to be honest, you suck, and with companions, you suck less, so any help you get is great. Whether that's a new potato salad recipes, blueprints to forge deadly weapons and armor, or even a land-chugging, armor-plated mole-mobile. Title has about 90% of positive reviews on Steam, so it's fair to say Tales of Iron is a good game. Frostpunk. If you ever had a dream to make children work in the mines, this game will fulfill this dream of yours in no time. Frostpunk is a city management and building game, but with heavy survival elements and resource management mechanics. You will be in charge of a steampunk society that survived the collapse of civilization. But sometimes it's better to perish with the others than to be governed by a maniac like you. Just remember those children you sent into the mines. Anyway, you know, their hands are tiny, but they are fast. Some of them might die. Their parents will organize a coup against you, but, you know, you can't rebel if you're dead. You know, you rebel, you die. Also, in this way, you will have less people to feed. Everything falls in place like mayonnaise on the potato salad. Since the premiere, Frostpunk has been enriched with a number of updates. Now you can enjoy the new Endless mode that increases the game's replayability. There is also a new scenario, the Fall of Winterhome, that further expands the game's universe and lore. And for the dessert, they added things like naming characters and automatons, and finally a photo mode. The game has about 90% of positive review score on Steam and is great for everyone who likes to dive into a post-apocalyptic world and make it better. Or worse. Way worse. This war of mine. Here you will take care of a group of civilians trying to survive in a besieged city, struggling with lack of food, medicine, and constant danger from snipers and hostile scavengers. The game provides an experience of war seen from an entirely new angle. The pace of the game is imposed by the day and night cycle. During the day, snipers outside stop you from leaving your refuge, so you need to focus on maintaining your hideout, crafting, trading, and taking care of your survivors. And at night, take one of your civilians on a mission to scavenge through a set of unique locations for items that will help you stay alive, you know, like medicine or a box of beer. Civilization 6. If you want to keep your virginity strong, this game is one of the best ways to never lose it. Although Civilization games are definitely not for everyone, the sheer amount of mechanics can be really overwhelming for a new player, and not everyone likes to read a lot and enjoy changing numbers and colors on the map. To be fair, for everyone who never played Civilization, the game looks like a simple, boring board game, but the trick is that this simplicity is just a tip of a dick. It's way more complex than it seems. Basically, here you can become ruler of the world by establishing and leading a best civilization from the Stone Age to the Information Age. And of course, I'm talking about the mightiest country in the world, Potato Saladistan. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This is a massive, challenging action RPG that drops you into a vast open world full of interesting characters and creatures. The game is made by Capcom, a Japanese company, but the whole setting of Dragon's Dogma is European. So you may think maybe because of that this game features some ridiculous moments, but Capcom was really serious about the job. They went all around Europe to actually get a lot of information, especially for the backgrounds and environments in the Dragon's Dogma. They looked at architecture and buildings and things of that nature, and also just natural environments as well. Also took many pictures and tried to recreate those as closely as possible. Well, a bunch of Japanese people in Europe taking pictures? Who could have thought? Anyway, developers actually did a lot of research in Europe that helped to recreate stuff in game, and that level of dedication is truly admirable. Dragon's Dogma has more strategy and more dynamic fights than usual action RPG games. You know, you can climb monsters here, and that is super cool. Also, it's a tougher game in general, but if you like to explore the open world and love fantasy games, you can't ignore it. Gamers are talking that this is an underrated gem and is a must-play for every open-world RPG fan. Alfred Hitchcock Vertigo. It's really hard to say anything about this game and keep my short review spoilers-free, but I will try my best. So here you are a person and you do things in the world, and there are adventures and dialogues, and things happen. There, a true spoiler-free review. I'm just kidding. Anyway, jokes aside, this is an original story about obsession, manipulation, and madness, inspired by Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece Vertigo. You will experience a powerful narrative paying tribute to the visual and storytelling techniques of the thriller genre. You will investigate what happened through the vision of 3 characters. Everyone has a different story to tell, and in the end all the pieces will come together solving a terrible mystery. Along the way you will explore several timelines to cross-check the events and separate reality from deceptive memories. You know, reality is sometimes worse than madness. Barotrauma. Yeah, in the not-too-distant future, humanity has fled to one of Jupiter's moons. With its irradiated icy surface, life can only be found in the ocean below. You'll travel through a punishing underwater world and discover what lies in the depths of Europa. Basically, this is a 2D co-op survival horror submarine simulator, one of the most casual genres, no doubt, inspired by base-building games like RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress. Also, it has a fun mode quite similar to Among Us. One of your crewmates may be a traitor. So, as you can see, Barotrauma has nothing to do with poor guys getting traumas in a local bar. Game has above 90% of positive reviews, and people on Steam are saying that this game is filled with stupid jellyfish and can be played by everyone with developed brains, meaning that it's not for kids, but you can play it with your grandma. Nioh 2, the Complete Edition. Here you can create your own original protagonist and embark on an adventure that will take you through devastated lands across Japan during the Sengoku period. Much like the previous title, which gained a lot of praise from fans and critics alike, Nioh 2 contains an original story and a lot of action. This edition includes all the content from Nioh 2 along with all 3 DLC expansions: The Tengu's Disciple, Darkness in the Capital, and The First Samurai. You can also play the game at 120 frames per second if your monitor is a beast. Also, it supports 4K, ultra-wide screens, and so on. People on Steam are talking that this game is a masterpiece, well-balanced title with great replayability value, but definitely not for those who suck at Souls-like games. But if you suck at Souls-like games, I have wonderful advice for you. Stop sucking, get good. See how easy it is?
A Little Nightmares.
This is one of the best side-scrolling games I have ever played. Its dark and vicious atmosphere, strange creatures and grotesque world kept my attention for many hours. You'll help the protagonist to escape the Maw, a vast, mysterious vessel inhabited by scary corrupted souls looking for their next meal. Not as scary as pineapple in the potato salad, but still kinda terrifying. As you progress on your journey, you explore the most disturbing dollhouse playground full of secrets to discover. You'll reconnect with your inner child to unleash your imagination and find the way out. Creepy vibes guaranteed. Mordhau. If you ever played Chivalry, you probably know that this is a PvP hack-and-slash mosh pit, which kinda resembles medieval Counter-Strike. You can choose a handful of pre-made classes, or you can make your own and fight against other players. Do that in a variety of modes, ranging from simple team deathmatch to large-scale battles complete with horses and siege weapons. Game has really great combat, but like Chivalry, it gets old really quickly. Despite that, it is a really fun experience, and the game usually hovers around a very positive review score on Steam. Just promise me one thing: when you launch it for the first time, don't think that the game is bad just because you die all the time. It is not. It's you. You are a bad player. But if you continue grinding, you will get good, and then you can swing a sledgehammer while shirtless to annoy various noobs. Rain World. Here you are a slug cat. The world around you is full of danger and you must face it alone. Separated from your family in a devastating flood, you must hunt for food and shelter between terrifying torrential flows that threaten to drown all life. So you dream about being not a slug cat but a fish cat instead, but here your dreams, just like in real life, never become a reality. You will climb through the ruins of an ancient civilization, evade the jaws of vicious predators, and discover lands teeming with strange creatures and buried mysteries. And of course, find your family before death finds you. And it would be all nice and all, but I can see a Souls-like among the tags of the game. So be assured, be absolutely 100% warranted that death will find you. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not... well, you know what I mean. People on Steam are talking that Rain World has a very steep learning curve, but once you've mastered it, you start to feel unstoppable. Also, about 90% of positive review score is not a joke. SteamWorld Dig 2. Game takes you on a mining adventure forged in Metroidvania flames. When an old trading town is struck by mysterious earthquakes, it's up to you, a lone steamboat, along with your unlikely companion, to uncover what trembling terrors lies beneath. And you know what you will uncover deep below?
Your fat mama snoring.
Oh come on, no, it's a secret and you will have to discover it by yourself. So you will dig your way underground and explore vivid worlds riddled with treasure, secrets and deadly traps. Fight dangerous enemies at every turn of the underworld, including shadowy creatures and the haunted remains of an ancient electrical threat. Well, this game is obviously story-rich, and that is awesome. Stardew Valley. This is probably the most famous life and farming sim on Steam, although it wasn't the original idea that propelled the game into the stars. The makers of Stardew Valley were inspired to recreate the look and feel of a game called Harvest Moon. So here you can create your own character, build the farm of your dreams, become a master rancher, socialize with other characters and explore the world around you. You can have husband or wife and kids, also a cat or a dog, and a lot of vegetables you can harvest and sell. Almost all the reviews are positive. I had to scroll down for 5 minutes to find the first negative one, and it was some kind of gibberish anyway. If you like farming and life sims, Stardew Valley is a must-play for you. NieR Automata. So the game tells the story of 3 androids and their battle to reclaim the machine-driven dystopia overrun by powerful automatons. Here humanity has been driven from Earth by mechanical beings from another world. In a final effort to take back the planet, the human resistance sends a force of android soldiers to destroy the invaders, and you are in control of them. The combat here is beyond fluid. You can change between ranged and melee, perform high-speed battle actions and so on. Also, it has 26 endings. If you are into that stuff, you can replay the game almost indefinitely till you get them all. That's if you are some kind of a masochist. I don't judge. Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. Here you awaken after 9 years in coma in 1984. The Cold War serves as the backdrop as nuclear weapons continue to shape a global crisis. Driven by revenge, you will establish a new private army and return to the battlefield in pursuit of your enemies. The game aims to explore mature themes, such as the psychology of warfare and the atrocities that result from those that engage in this vicious cycle. You'll find an open world with realistic visuals, very realistic and impressive visuals. Anyway, keep in mind that this is promoted as a stealth game, but in general this is an action shooter with elements of stealth, and I can't see anything wrong in that. The game is very entertaining, fun, and is very well received by players. And now, thank you for watching, and don't forget that in my channel you can find hundreds of videos like that with new ones released almost every day. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. Bye.